All right, hey everybody, it's Jonathan from Instant, and we're really excited for this guest. She's one of our favorites. We watch her all the time on YouTube, and now we get to watch her on cable, basic cable, basically.
Hey!
And also, my favorite, actually, network that's on all the time in my house, Food Network.
Food Network!
Food Network!
Yes.
You're a Food Network star.
I'm a Food Network star, man.
How crazy is that?
I mean, star TBD, right? Like, right now.
Pending?
Yeah, pending. It's pending, because we've got to see how people, you know, how people take to the show, but it is incredible. Since you're a fan of Food Network, I will tell you, they are phenomenal to work with.
They seem awesome.
They seem great.
Yeah, they are. You know, they're still really like passionate about their job, and like sometimes people don't kind of lose passion for their job. But everyone I've worked with on the team at Food, they've been just as pumped about the show as I am.
So how did it start? Like, how did those conversations begin? Because everybody knows you're a foodie and been cooking for a while. So how did the conversation with Food Network start?
Well, I guess that it all really began. You know, when you start out online, people think that your end game is television, right? Like, oh, I'm only building up a YouTube platform because I want to be on TV one day. And that was just honestly never the case for me. But at this point in my career, like 5 or 6 years in, I've got a great manager. We work with an awesome production team called Warrior Poets. And we went into Food Network. It's the only network we brought the show to. And we said, do you want to make the show together? And Food Network said, yeah, let's do 6 episodes.
So tell us about it and how's it different? What are we gonna see? What's gonna happen?
Well, so it involves a lot of travel. I don't know about you guys, but when I like to go on a trip, I basically dictate my day from meal to meal.
Oh, it's like you're eating breakfast. You're like, so what's for dinner?
Yeah, exactly.
What's for dinner?
Exactly. Like, well, should we walk down to this place? Like, I literally, I only travel to destinations where I'm excited about trying the food. And so Hart Food really focuses on going to different cities and seeing how they use their local ingredient in a variety of different ways. So, for instance, in Portland, Maine, they're known for lobster. You can't walk 5 feet without bumping into a lobster. Someone in a lobster suit, a big banner that's like, by the way, lobster exists. But how can there be like 50 plus thriving restaurants all serving the same kind of food, right? So we go and we see how people prepare it in different ways and teach the viewers at home a little something about how to prepare this dish or this food group.
So it's a little bit of like your curiosity.
Oh my God, it's a lot of it. Well, yeah, because I'm not an expert. I'm not a chef at all.
Right.
You know, I don't have any culinary background. I've not been trained, but I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah.
I'm an
Aren't we
eater.
all?
I'm an eater. That's what would be my show. I'm an eater.
I'm an eater.
Was there one particular kind of food or something that you really noticed a lot of along the way, or was it just kind of like every place was different?
Well, we go to, in the first 6 episodes, hopefully first, you know, fingers crossed, Food Network, Monday, August 14th, 10, 9 Central. Tune in, be there, be square. We go to 6 cities and we visit basically kind of what they're known for, what that region is known for. For instance, in the Pacific Northwest of America, that's where we get the majority of our hops. That's where like the majority of our microbrewing comes from.
I did not know that.
I know.
I already learned something.
See,
I already learned something. I don't even watch.
Yes, you'll learn a little something along the way. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Was it really hard to, we've talked to you a couple times leading up to this and you could say nothing.
Yeah.
And you come from a world of YouTube where you share a lot, you talk all the time about your life. What was that like just to like keep that in?
You know, it's funny because I think like for the people that follow me on like my Instagram story or like my Snapchat, they've kind of gotten to see the behind the scenes along the way. We were actually shooting about a year ago. And then, you know, there's like post-production and all that stuff. I guess that what it's like, it's just a lot of anticipation. You know, I'm really proud of the show. The real strong benefit of doing something that's a bigger production is that you get to really take your time with it before it gets distributed. You know? And so
you're not like rushed to get something up.
Yes, exactly. And once it's out there, it can be something that you're like, yes, this is the final product. I'm really proud of this. So we took our time, and I'm glad that we did, because I really think that what we've made is something, I don't know, I think it's really good.
Now you're big on feeding people and having people around you when you're eating and food. So what was it like? Did you get to meet all sorts of different people? What's it like? Do you incorporate like the locals into everything you do with the show?
Basically, we really have conversations with the chefs. We talk to locals a little bit to see what it is about this particular dish or this restaurant or the region that they love. But we spend most of the time learning from the passion of the chefs themselves. So, you know, there's some people that were born and raised there and they've never left. Some people that became world-class chefs and returned to their hometown to open up a fine dining restaurant. You know, it really just depends. So each episode is truly unique, which is something that I, as someone who requires constant stimulation, love.
Okay, I'm the pickiest eater. Are you a picky eater? Have we talked about this? I don't know if we've talked about this.
No, if it's like a professionally made thing, I'll pretty much eat anything you put in front of me. But like if someone is like a friend or something is making it, I'm a little more wary. But if it's professional from a restaurant, I'll eat pretty much anything.
Okay, that's kind of how I've been as I got older. I'm like, okay, I'll try this out, just because also people are staring at me and I'm supposed to try this out. So
you're an adult now,
still
man.
an adult.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
No, I still love
Can't
French
eat chicken
fries.
fingers everywhere you go. I wouldn't be against it, but sometimes you gotta broaden your horizons.
That's
so
true.
did anything scare you on this journey? Like when you got to a city where you're like, ah.
Well, I mean, the portions. It is America, you know. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm pretty adventurous when it comes to food. And also I know what we're doing because I help produce the show as well. So we go through the restaurants together and the dishes together. So, I mean, it's truly 100% a collaborative creation. But yeah.
Was there anything you tried that you had never tried before in terms of like a type of food or?
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Well, lobster. You know, we ate a lot of lobster in Maine, and I had not had that much experience with the lobster. Trying to think about other ones.
If there's like anything specific.
Yeah, I guess that would probably be it. Probably lobster.
Did you spend a lot of time picking cities that maybe you've never been to, and some that you had? Did you find a balance of like, oh, I've been here and I love this kind of stuff, so let's get there?
One of the things I really want to do with the show, if we are fortunate enough to get to continue it, is to really focus on cities that aren't necessarily as well known for their food culture. You know, obviously we want to hit markets that people do know, like Santa Fe. People know about Santa Fe. People know about Portland, Maine, if you are passionate about food. But Eugene, Oregon, a lot of people haven't been to Asheville, North Carolina.
What's in Eugene? So what do you find in Eugene? Like,
what'd you eat there?
Exactly. There you go.
I
That's
guess we'll
exactly
find
right.
out.
So like the kind of at the heart of it is going off the beaten path and showing that there's so many more cities in America that deserve our attention.
And I feel like food is something that definitely in the past, I don't know, like decade or so, has like every town has its own little places that are so good, that are really stepping up their game. Like even places like where I'm from like a little suburb of San Francisco, but we have so many different restaurants that are really trying new things and like really elevating the experience. Whereas, you know, maybe Applebee's or something like that was like the most exotic place, but now like a lot of towns are really kind of stepping up their game when it comes to food.
Yeah, it's true. I also grew up in a suburb of San Francisco, you know, so go Bay Area. And I'll say that like when you're fortunate enough to grow up in a place like the Bay Area, you can get Thai food and Ethiopian and just any kind of cuisine that you can name, you can get. And not everyone in America is like that, but that doesn't mean that they don't have really quality food.
Totally.
Yeah, I come from Cincinnati. We're just chili and basic food.
But you know what's so funny?
What's wrong with that?
When I was in Asheville in North Carolina, one of the restaurants we go to is an Indian street food restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot. I mean, in North Carolina, you can grow almost anything. And so that was something that was really educational for me. And so I guess a big part of the show is educating myself on the breadth of America.
When do you recall like getting, when was food a thing for you? Like when did it become like, you knew you had a little bit of a passion of like?
I mean, my passion has always really been centered around people. So I guess like in that way.
Food brings them together.
Yeah, food brings them together. Yeah, I find it a very communal experience. You know, I don't know, it just has always been the highlight of, it's how you really get to know somebody. You know what I mean? That and playing games.
Totally.
Yeah, that's a big. Have you ever like, you know, people are like, what should you do on like the third or fourth date? I'm like, play a game with them and see if they're a sore loser or not.
Board games, not mind games.
Or even, or I know people who are sore winners, and that's like a whole other.
Yeah, that's
you know
a whole
what I mean?
other
Where you're
realm.
just kind of like, oh, you're really into winning, and that's all you care about.
I always.
Okay, good to know.
Can I tell you a secret here on this show?
Spill it.
I always lose the first time I play a game with somebody, because if you win, they won't play with you anymore.
Oh, you know,
if you lose, they'll always remember the time they won.
Great. That's a great tip.
That's a good tip. I'm gonna.
Sorry. Oh man, I hope nobody watches this. I mean, lots of people watch it. I love your show.
All 12 people watching this.
All 12 people watching are like, that asshole.
So on, like, I love this, like, there's a profile of you on foodnetwork.com now, which is so cool to see you there. It states like India, Korea, those are places you want to go. Is this like a dream, like season 2, 3, like you want to like international Hart Food?
I mean, look, we got 6 episodes under our belt. it's really in the hand. It's in America's hands now. You know, because it's like the show comes out on Monday night. I'll be live tweeting. I'll be doing everything I can, and I just hope that people. I hope that people enjoy it.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the name? Because it's just it's so simple, but it's so perfect.
You know. There were a lot.
I was gonna say.
There was a lot of discussion about this, a lot of back and forth between myself and Food and Warrior Poets, and all of us were talking about the name. The name was the last thing we did.
Wow.
Really?
Because it was hard.
I've heard a lot of feedback. By the way, people who see that, the promo for it, say this, it's the first thing they say. What a great name.
It is. It's just so simple.
What a great name.
And it's just so.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear because I got nervous about it. That makes me so happy. Really?
I think it's perfect.
It's good, right? I Heart Food. You know, it's like
it's so simple.
And it's a pun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fun.
The original suggestion.
Plenty of puns, right?
Plenty of puns. Well, because the original suggestion I was going to do was Off the Eaten Path as the name. But then they were like, or. I Heart Food.
I feel like off the Eaten Path would be good for like a cookbook or something. I feel like for like a TV show, it's like you want to keep it short and
well, if you
concise
notice in watching all the promos, we get that line in every promo.
Yeah. I did.
So that's an example of what a unit we are.
Yeah. I did. That crossed my mind the other day. I was like, where have I heard that before? I'm like, oh yeah.
In your
promo.
commercials.
Promo. Okay, we have this thing here we call food mood.
Okay.
Which is like, we want to know, like, in certain circumstances, like, what meal would you make? And, like, describe it in detail to us.
Oh, okay, detail.
So we'll start with an easy one.
Okay.
Like, if you invite a new guest over for dinner, like, what is the one thing you would make?
That's not detail. New guest?
Like
you invite a human into
you
your
give us details.
You tell us what meal would you
Well, I
make
mean, like, who's the guest?
I don't know.
Let's say it's a friend. Like, let's say it's a friend that
new friend.
Yeah,
new friend.
New friend.
New friend
Cooking
joining.
for them for the first time.
Cooking for a new friend.
Yeah.
And
what do you cook 'em?
I'm hoping to nurture this friendship, and I want them to become a close friend.
Yeah.
So it's somebody I think could be a close friend.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Also,
transitioning.
I'm going to ask what the other one is when you don't want them to come back. What that means.
I mean, you don't get invited
Someone
over.
who's like a sworn enemy.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's work friends and then like friends, and that's a transition, that moment, right?
You have a friend.
Okay, so I'm new friend, invited them over. What do I cook
What do you
for
cook them?
I would say that I would probably make them, you know what, I'd probably make something like pasta because it's something that you're like, oh, I'll just make some pasta. And it looks like very casual and you can be like, haha, we're having a nice time. We get to really talk. It's not like I'm like, gotta poach the fish.
Yeah.
You know, like you're really kind of just, you can be two places at once. And then it's also something that I think everybody loves.
It is.
Yeah.
Pasta's very good.
Like if you're at somebody's house and they're like, oh, I made you a fresh pasta with an herb sauce I just chopped up and prepared. Wouldn't you be like, wow.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I'd be like, I called for pizza.
No, I'm good.
What kind of cocktail would you make? Favorite
wine.
cocktail?
Just wine.
Just wine?
Just wine.
Stomp your own grapes.
Yeah. Just simple. I'd make my own grapes. You know, I'm really simple. Like I like to do like vodka soda or like red wine. You know what I mean?
I feel like Moscow mules are good too for if you want to make it feel like a little bit fancier.
Yeah.
Because that takes like the ginger beer and the lime and it really, you know.
Kicks it up a notch.
Yeah.
I also love gin and tonic.
Oh, those are
Gin and tonics are great.
Oh, gin is like, that's the one alcohol I can't do.
Oh, gin.
You'll see.
Maybe I'll try to read. I'll try
see.
it again. You'll see.
You'll see. No, it's I also felt that way about gin, but then recently I swear my taste buds are changing this year. You know they say.
That's what I'm finding.
I think it's happening right now.
You're like, as I'm speaking.
No, but like truly, because they say your taste buds change every 7 years, and I have never. They do.
7 years.
Yeah, think about it. When you were little, did you like broccoli?
That's true. Not really. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Least favorite food of all time.
Me?
Oh,
broccoli.
Really?
Broccoli is my. I still to this day no. Even if you cook it and I smell it.
How would you?
That's
Like
okay.
it's a bad memory.
Okay.
If you were gonna try to get him to eat broccoli, how would you prepare it?
Puree it. Easy. Boom. Puree it. Broccoli cheddar. Put in a cheese. He wouldn't even know it was broccoli.
literally like a child when you put it
You have to like trick them into eating vegetables.
And then a lot of this. Ooh, here it goes.
Here comes the airplane.
Yeah.
It would probably work actually.
Yeah.
Instead. Okay, last food mood. Your favorite like late night drunk food that you would make yourself.
Like what's like a go-to?
Quesadilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
That's a good
quesadilla.
one.
Like literally a quesadilla. I make quesadillas all the time. I love frying an egg and putting it on top and then folding the whole thing in half.
Just a cheese quesadilla?
Yeah, so you have a cheese quesadilla, you fry an egg, put it on top, fold the whole thing in half.
Nice.
And I like it. There's two types of quesadillas, you know, in the world. You can get your like flour one, right, which is like a lot softer, and that's good. I prefer corn because I like it being a little bit more firm, you know, and then eating it.
True story. I just learned the difference between corn and flour tortillas this year.
What?
Adult.
Cincinnati?
I am adulting
We should go to Cincinnati
late.
and I Heart Food.
You should.
Yeah.
There's some really good places there.
Do you have any recommendations?
All the chili.
What would you say Cincinnati's known for?
Chili.
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 I love chili.
Yeah. We have all sorts of chili.
So write this down.
Chili, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
My mom used to make these quesadillas where she would, I was a pretty picky eater growing up, so she would like boil chicken and then she would just sprinkle cheese on it, roll it in a flour tortilla and just put it in the microwave. And I remember thinking, I'm like, this is a good
Now
meal.
this is a meal.
No salsa, no sour cream, no guacamole. I'm like, this is. Did you have any like weird food things? Like I also used to take white bread and just put it into a ball and eat it. Did you have anything like weird like that growing up?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like weird stuff. How are you gonna bridge the gap? You're still on YouTube. Fans shouldn't fret. You're still around. Now that you're a big fancy Food Network star, still around on the channel.
I mean, we don't, but you know, it's not. I guess, and like maybe I'm the one that is missing something, but it doesn't feel that different. It feels like I like to make things.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning after that premiere.
But I mean, like really though, because it's like, you know, I love like my channel, my Twitter, my Instagram, all that stuff. I like social media. I enjoy doing it, you know, and YouTube is a version of social media for me now.
Yeah.
And now I have a TV show.
It won't change. Just gives you more to talk to everybody about.
Yeah.
Really.
Gives us a chance to just come back twice in, what, 6 months?
Keep coming back. We'll have more. Maybe by then I'll have tried broccoli.
Yeah. I have a theory. I have a way you could eat broccoli. After this, I'll tell you it.
Off camera.
I think if you put butter on it, like
he doesn't want it soft, which is why.
No.
Do you like Korean food?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to Korean food, there is one of the, you know how they do a bunch of side dishes?
oh, like pickled.
I think you would enjoy the cold. It's uncooked, so it's still crunchy, and it's got sesame oil on it, and it's really fresh, and it's really just like boop.
There.
That's what I think you need.
I'll try it.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me on Broccoli Talk with Hannah Hart.
We literally got talking about
how to
broccoli.
get Jonathan to eat broccoli.
How do you just pour literally cheese on anything?
Yeah,
we already
that's
talked about it.
true.
Circles
Cheese or
back to
butter?
cheese. All right, thank you very much. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
Come by anytime.
Cool.
Season 2.
And when is Hart Food air? Mondays?
You can check out Hart Food Monday at 10/9 Central, only on the Food Network.